Welcome back to another episode of Publicized Theory. I am your host, Anthony Ocasio. If you are new here, appreciate you for tapping in. This is another wonderful episode that will consist of talking about enlightened self interest and how we can go about being more deserving of the things that we want, more deserving of the goals that we want to achieve, more deserving of everything that we want out of life while we're here in this world. Apologies, last week there was not an episode. Obviously, I aim to try an episode out every week, but in some cases that's just not the case. I want to put out episodes when I feel strongly about one, just the message, and two, about the content of the episodes. And some weeks I may not have the content to provide, and I don't want to fall into a system of just putting out episodes that really doesn't have true substance and true meaning, and that I don't find would be impactful to the listeners, you. So I say all that to say this week I have something that I think will be impactful that I've learned over the course of the week. And obviously, I want to share that with you all. I want to put you on to the game that I've been exposed to this past few days. Hopefully, it helps you as well in your journey and where you are right now and the things that you're dealing with and the places that you want to go, the goals that you have, the dreams that you have, the ambitions that you have, and everything that you have going on right now. This episode was inspired by a seminar that I've heard from Jim Rohn. For those of you who may not be familiar with Jim Rohn, he was an entrepreneur first and foremost. Besides being a motivational speaker, he was an entrepreneur, he was an author. He passed away back in December of 2009. He's written many books. One that he's been most known for is How to Obtain Wealth and Happiness. Basically, a book that goes through his journey of self development and his philosophies on self development and becoming the person that you want to be and achieving the things that you want out of life. He was a great salesman back in the day in the 50s and 60s. He reached a level of success in sales. He then went on to become a motivational speaker in talking about his self development philosophies because of his mentor at the time, John Earl Shaft. Through that relationship with his mentor, through the relationship that he's built just by pursuing personal development, he's been able to impact many lives, including myself, in understanding just different self development philosophies. One which I will be going over today that is called Enlightened Self Interest. Before I get into the meat and the core content of the episode, I just want to wish that I hope everyone is having an amazing week. I know for those of us in Florida, we just had a hurricane pass by. A lot of people are dealing with floods. A lot of people are dealing with losing their possessions, their homes, not to mention, just their lives feel like, have been shattered because of the floods and the storm. So sending out a lot of good energy, positive vibes, and praying for those that are impacted by the hurricane that hit Florida this past week. I myself did not get truly impacted. I don't own a home in Florida, nor am I near the ocean in any way. I'm more inland. And so I'm blessed to say that I am not impacted in a negative way by the storm, but I know people who are, and I see on social media that many people have been. So sending good vibes to everyone out in Florida, whether you are in Tampa like myself or other parts of Florida, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, so on. Now let's transition to this concept that you've heard I say 2 or 3 times already: enlightened self-interest. What is enlightened self-interest, and how can we develop enlightened self-interest in achieving the things that we want to achieve in life? I was thinking about this in many ways, and when I heard the seminar given by Jim Rohn on this, it was, I guess, enlightening in some ways, because it is true in terms of the fact that most of the times we do not receive what we need, but oftentimes we receive what we deserve. And just think about that for a second in your life. All the times that you wanted something or you felt like you needed something, many times you were put in a position where you, for the most part, maybe deserved it. Don't get me wrong, there are a whole host of scenarios in which we feel like we deserve something and we don't receive it at that given moment in time. And there are scenarios that I can dive into, but I want to stick specifically on the topic of self-development and achieving goals and dreams that we should be deserving of, that we should be deserving of because of our actions, because of the daily steps that we take in the direction of receiving those things that sometimes we need and most of the time we want. How are we deserving of the things that we want each and every day? I can go back to, let's say, school, when we take an exam. And let's say a particular exam, we received a B or C, maybe even we failed. In that moment, did we do everything we can to ensure that we would receive a good grade on that exam? Now, if you were a person, and this was me back in the day, for classes that I despise, I really wouldn't study. I'll be honest. I would nitpick information, I would skim information, and I would do my best to pass, knowing that I didn't even deserve a passing grade. Albeit many times I still received a passing grade, and sometimes I did receive a F, being fully transparent. But when all is said and done, did I deserve a passing grade if I didn't put in the work to actually absorb the information, understand the information, and be knowledgeable on the subject at hand? The answer is no, I don't deserve a passing grade. And in most cases, I didn't receive the grade that I thought I, in hopes of, would achieve, even though that I didn't put in the work, even though I knew I did not deserve the A plus or the B plus. Transition to our lives and the goals that we have. Are we deserving of, the 6, 7 figure salary? Are we deserving of the lifestyle that we want? Are we actually putting in the work each and every day and looking ourselves in the mirror each and every day with the fact that I'm going to give today my 100% all? Are we deserving of those things? Also, you don't have to be on go and 100% each and every day, but you do have to stack a good amount of days to be deserving of the things that you want, especially when you have lofty goals, especially when you have dreams bigger than yourself, dreams that many people around you don't have, dreams that will impact not only your life, but everyone that is in your orbit, everyone that's in your circle, everyone that has access to you. We have to always be deserving. We can not have a need mentality when it comes to our dreams and goals and the places that we want to go. We have to be deserving of it. And how we become deserving? By putting in the work, by staying committed, by being disciplined, by staying consistent, by checking ourselves, by picking ourselves back up when we fall and we fail and we make mistakes, by being in tune with our mindset, by evolving our mindset, by debunking limiting beliefs, by affirming positive affirmations, by continuing to go in the direction of our dreams in a deserving manner because we're taking the time to put in the work. We're taking the time to put ourselves in a position where when opportunity and preparation meet, we'll be the sole beneficiary of that. There was an example that Jim Rohn gave in that speech. He basically said that as a parent, let's say your kid comes up to you and say, I need $10. Obviously, they want $10. They particularly don't need $10, especially when they're taken care of, but they need $10 in that moment. And parenting scenario or outcome for that is, how can you earn and deserve $10 right now? Is there something that you can do to earn and deserve this $10, whether it's cleaning your room or doing a chore? Like, how can we instill the deserving attribute into our offspring or just ourselves in terms of getting the things that we feel like we need in those moments? Because don't get me wrong, I have a lot of needs as well. But am I deserving 100% of the time of the things that I want? I'll be honest and transparent. No, there are many times and still are times where I don't put in the sufficient work to get the things that I want. And there are many things that I don't have right now because I'm not yet deserving of it, because I'm still putting in the work to acquire those things. I'm still putting in the work. I'm still on the grind. I'm still pushing forward and pushing through everything that I need to get done. Have a conversation with yourself and ask, are you deserving? Be honest. Be transparent. Be open. Are you deserving of the things that you want in your life right now? The things that you feel like you need? And when you come to that answer, see what you need to do on a daily basis to become more deserving, or just continue to do what you're doing if you feel like you are. And I promise you those results and those things that you're looking for will manifest themselves in your life. I don't want to harp on this particular topic so much because it's pretty self-explanatory in terms of doing the things that we need to do, becoming more deserving, not feeling like we need to come from a place of need, but more so a place of deserving, a place of I'm arriving to where I want to go by continuing to do all the things I know I need to do. Learning from my mistakes, building positive habits, keeping positive influences around me, working on my mindset, debunking limiting beliefs, and everything else we know we need to do on a daily basis to remain calm and positive to the best of our ability, because each and every day presents new challenges, presents new thoughts, presents new obstacles, but to the best of our ability. Think about that over the weekend. See how we all can become more deserving. See how we all can become more in tune of the things that we need to do to be deserving, and understand that as we continue to be more deserving through our actions, then and only then will the things that we want manifest themselves in our lives, coupled with everything else that I spoke of. But definitely more importantly, being deserving, putting in the work, taking the time, the effort, the energy, being consistent, following through, being disciplined, all of those things allows us to be deserving for the things that we want, the places that we want to go, the lifestyle that we hope and dream to have. Thank you for tapping into another episode of Publicized Theory. If this episode resonated with you, please do not hesitate to share, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the word. As always, have an amazing weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed.